Sit up straight. This is me.
Sit up like this?
Stick out your pets. No, you look uncomfortable. Show us the gun. Look at the tagline.
Good afternoon and welcome to Velocity Cycles here at Oranmore. I'm delighted to be joined by Team Hurtlockers' John Graney, who is the number one ranked duathlete here in Ireland currently after winning the last two duathlon races here in the west of Ireland. He is no stranger to a podium, however his journey to triathlon and to date here at Velocity Cycles, where he has just been signed as one of their athletes for 2016, has been a very, very colourful journey. John, thank you for joining us here for the podcast. Tell us a little bit about your journey into the sport of triathlon.
Well, I started triathlon 6 years ago. I was just a regular Irish guy, went out drinking too many pints, too many cigarettes, and then got to the stage where I was so unfit. One of my friends signed me up for a triathlon. No experience, couldn't swim, couldn't cycle. Remember actually buying a bike on Dundee for €250, which had the gears on the actual handlebars, little levers. So did about 3 weeks training for this triathlon and then competed in Salt Hill and was 185th out of the water out of 185 swimmers. Fell up the beach like the man from Castaway, seaweed in my hair. Got out on the bike and I passed 3 people I think on the bike and then did the run and came, I think I was in the bottom 10 or 15. And I was just hooked. Ever since then I was hooked. I loved it. Loved the buzz, loved going through splits. And from then it just developed. I just decided to learn how to swim, so that was the main focus. I just took from there, just got into a good training plan.
And I think the Salt Hill Sprint Triathlon is where a lot of our triathlon dreams were made. That's where I started out as well back in the day, and I couldn't swim either. And it was a hard graft to try and learn how to swim, John. So what did you do? How did you suddenly, was it hours and hours in the pool? Were you coached or what did you do?
I'll just bring up a point that you actually bet me in that triathlon.
It was the one and only time
I
ever beat
I think she put
John
about
Graney.
15 minutes into me. But in terms of swimming, I was just so motivated. I was almost embarrassed that I was last out of the water because I come from a soccer background where I was quite competitive. So the fact that I was being beaten by pensioners, many girls, every girl bet me, but by pensioners and people who didn't look in shape, I was like, I couldn't stand for it. I was like, I gotta nail this. So I went online and I saw that Kev Thornton, you're good friends with him, he does a bay swim, which is a swim from Clare, 13.5 kilometres across the bay to Salt Hill. So I saw this, so I said, okay, I'm going to sign up for this, and that'll be an incentive to swim. So signed up for that, lied on my entry form about my swimming capabilities. Kev let me in, and I just swam 4 days a week, 5 days a week, and I just kept at it, and crossed the bay that year in 6 hours, I think.
I remember it well.
Yeah.
You were one of the final finishers
Yeah.
on the day. We had a big picnic actually, Galway Tri-Club, so a big picnic, and it was absolutely amazing. And we were also very proud of you. What you had achieved on the day. But how do you go from, I suppose, the mental strength as well, from having come last out of the water for a 750 metre swim where you're quite close to shore, to deciding to swim from Aughinish and Clare to Galway? How did you psych yourself up to be able to do that?
I'm just extremely competitive, and I think if I see something I want, I'll always get it, and that's just not in sport, that's in every way of life, and when I sign up for something, I'll do it to the best of my ability, and if I'm not first, I'll do as much as I can, and I'll come up as high as I can, and I don't know, I got engulfed in it, and I was surrounded by some load of people, and I could hear people, I knew people were saying, you'll never do it, and that egged me on. Dara Sharkey actually caught him on audio, where someone was making a video as people were coming across the bay, and I was still halfway over, I'd say, and I remember hearing Dara Sharkey saying, hey, he'll never make it, fair play, but he'll never make it, and that really eggs me on in all aspects, and I'm only kind of getting good at swimming now, and it takes years, and yourself, it takes hours in the pool, but when you get it, it's great, it's great to see the progression of going from doing a 20-minute 750 swim to swimming the following year 13.5k in 6 hours, and it's a great sport. It's amazing what the body and the mind can do.